Welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. Nigeria's Ministry of Arts, Tourism, Culture and the Creative Economy is getting ready to launch the Screen Nigeria initiative tagged Nigeria Everywhere at the Cannes Film Festival in France. According to the ministry, this is an idea that is designed to elevate Nigeria's film, television and audiovisual industry onto the global stage. For a bit more on how this initiative can begin to expand the scope of Nollywood, which potential keeps being played up by global movie industry watchers, we are now being joined by Agba, the Special Assistant on Creativity to President Bola Tinubu and Special Advisor to the Minister of Arts, Tourism, Culture and the Creative Economy. Good morning and welcome to the morning show, Baba.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us. Now, I have two questions for you. One, what is the import of the Cannes Film Festival and Nigeria, being presented there? And also, what does the special advisor to the president on creativity do? What does that encompass?
All right. So Cannes specifically, Cannes is one of the big three, one of the oldest three festivals, and some argue one of the more prestigious ones. So it's a global gathering of the top people in the film industry, and it also has one of the biggest film markets in the world. So it's the right platform for us to really bring Nigeria's return to the global stage. I think the last time Nigeria was at Cannes was 2013, and we had been there for a few years, but that's officially as a country with a harmonized agenda. In terms of what I do, so I work out of the office of the Minister of Art, Culture, Tourism and the Creative Economy. So I advise her on film, music and entertainment, and pretty much, our goal at the ministry is to work through bringing the right policies, the right enabling environment shifts, the right incentives, the right adjustments that would enable the industry to grow and actualize its full potential, and with a big objective of contributing to job creation and economic growth, so growing the GDP.
All right, then the Cannes Film Festival in itself has been described as one of the most prestigious events in the world. Can you walk us through the vision behind Screen Nigeria, why it was important to have representation there, and what the initiative aims to achieve in positioning Nigeria as Nigeria's film and audiovisual industry on the global stage?
All right. So I'll start first off by talking about Destination 2030 Nigeria Everywhere, which is the big brand. So that just got adopted by the Federal Executive Council as Nigeria's official soft power and tourism brand. The objectives of D30 or Nigeria Everywhere is to promote Nigerian culture globally, to be able to target, to have culture inbound experiences, and then on the tourism side is to promote Nigeria as a destination. So Screen Nigeria is the audiovisual sub-brand or initiative of Nigeria Everywhere, which seeks to have a harmonized approach for the film, television and animation industries. So the big objectives there is, okay, we have a local economy. Nollywood is the second largest producer of films in the world. It's the largest English-speaking producing industry in the world. How do we connect Nollywood to grow and take a more influential position on the global stage from an economic point of view? How do we promote Nigeria as a destination for productions, for post-productions, for film servicing, for animation and other value adds, and so ultimately have a more robust industry. So that's the sort of the headline objective, and then connecting Nigerian producers' content with markets on the global stage, giving better access, bridging the gap to opportunities and collaborations.
All right, Baba, thanks for the submission so far. But I would like some clarity on what Screen Nigeria and Nigeria Everywhere will specifically do in Cannes, given the fact that you said that the last time that Nigeria was officially in Cannes was in 2013. I'm not sure what that means. Are you referring to the last time that the Nigerian Film Corporation had a pavilion because even at that, that won't be correct. But again, back to the question, what specifically will Screen Nigeria do in Cannes? How will it be launched? Are there themes on the official selection that Nigeria will be presenting? Will there be a pavilion, or will you be sharing a pavilion with any other person? And then the other part of the question will be, if you already have the cabinet's approval for this initiative, why wait till May to go to Cannes when Berlin is currently happening, when FESPACO will start next week? Why wait till May to launch an idea that is ready to fly, particularly from Africa, where many of friends of Nollywood and Nollywood directors and producers will be featuring, particularly at FESPACO later this month?
All right, so I'll start with your first one. So when I say Nigeria was last at Cannes officially in 2013, yes, I know you might be referring to other, when you say that that's not necessarily accurate, you might be referring to some subnationals being there. I mean, we're there together in 2017. So Nigeria as a country having a harmonized position and being there officially with its sort of policy approach and what it's doing for the industry, this is the first time Nigeria is returning since 2013. As regards what specifically we'll be doing, so we'll be deploying the Nigeria Pavilion, which is why I said this is the first time Nigeria is coming back since 2013. And what we're going to be having is panel conversations, networking events, matchmaking matchmaking events, and basically Nigeria has certain reforms that have been going through on the film side, so we're going to bring this to the fore. Some of them are tax related. I can't speak too much now until the final things are announced. But then we also have co-production treaties which are being signed, being negotiated and finalized as well. So as you know, I mean, like I said, we've been there together before. What you really do is promote your country as a destination and give people enticements to come. So what do you have from a tax point of view that's interesting? What do you have from an investment promotion that's interesting? What do you have from incentives point of view? What do you have as a local industry base, infrastructure base? What are the new things that are coming? Who are the players? What's dynamic about the space? So the idea is to go and market Nigeria as a place that is exciting, enticing, and that people should come to. Now, you asked why wait till now? So yeah, we just got the cabinet's approval, but we actually launched the overarching program in January last year at the World Economic Forum Davos. But you know, as with anything, you have a strategy for the launch. So we started off with a sort of broader-based approach, which was more looking at the culture and looking at the creative economy in generality. So events that were more lifestyle and cultural experiences. So had some film, had some music, had some fashion, had some art. And then part of the roadmap was, as we established Nigeria everywhere and got it a bit more accepted and more visibility, we could start rolling out the sub-brands that were more sector-specific. So like you said, why start off with Cannes? It was just part of the roadmap based on other things in terms of logistics, putting the right things together, getting the right confirmations from the sort of festival partners and the rest. So it's not to say, and again, there's a calendar for the year. So Cannes is just the first stop. We're looking to go to Toronto, looking to go to Red Sea, and then for next year, also having a more expanded calendar, which incorporates the Berlinale and some other international festivals. And then on the local side, of course, we have the Zuma, we have Africa, and a few other festivals that we'll be making stops at, because it's not just to promote internationally what's going on, but we also have to, like we say, connect. So we have to have a presence locally in terms of what we're doing.
Thank you, Baba. Now, you know, one of the things that's being stressed is the importance of the role in Nigerian film and media when it comes to our soft power. Now, I want you to kind of explain to us how those things are connected. And also, you know, when we talk about transparency in government and stuff, I want to ask, like, what is the cost to the Nigerian taxpayer or the Nigerian people of, you know, Nigeria being in Cannes?
Okay, so in terms of soft power, right, and I like why you asked that question, and as relating to audiovisual more specifically and film. So you have a situation where, what I would say I refer to as, I say that film or the audiovisual space is the highest form of art. It's a personal position, and I say that because it incorporates all forms of art, be it music, be it visual arts, performing arts, fashion, beauty. So for us, it's a very important tool in being able to communicate who we are, to have a voice, to project what we are, and basically take our place in the community of nations. So through film, and hence why we're launching the Screen Nigeria sort of initiative, is that we're going to be able to take every bit of Nigerian culture, every bit of Nigerian creativity to the far reaches of the globe. And as you know, film is a very interesting medium because it connects with people emotionally. It's very visual. It transports people, and it bridges divides of language and all sorts of other influences. So as we've seen with other countries, film has been able to connect us with them, whether it's India, China, the US, or Europe, whether it's even South America. And there's films you could spotlight in terms of what they've been able to do. On the Nigeria side, we're now saying, we've seen what Nollywood did initially in its early growth. And everybody talks about Afrobeat, but Nollywood was the first one to really break out. But Nollywood didn't get the mainstream breakout that Afrobeat has gotten. So what we're now trying to do is how can we get Nollywood to have that same mainstream breakout? Yes, it's popular in the Caribbean, it's popular across Africa, in North America, in Europe, in Asia. They are very familiar with it in niche spaces. But how do we get it mainstream in the big cinemas, on the big screen, on the TV stations, and that everywhere? As regards in terms of what it's going to cost, the government is only taking care of the booth itself. So all the other costs associated with it are being borne by private sector partners. So, and that's the interesting thing about this, because Screen Nigeria is a platform to bring all stakeholders together. Every year you have Nigerian private sector attending Cannes. Every year you have Nigerian corporates attending Cannes. Government in some form attends, but not necessarily.
Okay, we're really
Mr.
time, but before we let you go, Baba, I am aware that there is a film, Brain Drain, that will be in Cannes. Is that part of your project, or is that an independent screening schedule in Cannes this year? Very quickly.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. You said it's a what?
A Nigerian film.
Oh, you said it's a film, Brain Drain.
Brain Drain. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that part of you? Is that part of the Screen Nigeria?
I think that got sent.
Okay, go on.
That got sent to me. It's called, as you know, I monitor all these things. It came across my desk, but the Cannes Film Festival, the Festival du Cannes, has not announced its schedule. So that film is not actually going to the Cannes Film Festival. If you see, it says the Cannes Film Festival Paris. So I'm still investigating that to get more information. But the Cannes Festival du Cannes has not announced any films yet, as I'm sure you know how these things go. They'll wait until Berlinale is done. So nobody actually knows the final films that will be there. I know a few Nigerian films that have submitted. And since we put this out, a few producers have reached out. Some animation projects have submitted, some feature films, some that have been making sort of headlines. So let's see. I think there'll be a few interesting things coming up.
Okay, thank you very much, Baba. Even though you did not tell us the cost of Nigeria at Cannes to the Nigerian people, but I think that's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us today on The Morning Show.